What's up everybody? Today we're going to be making a ping pong ball return launcher thing. It's going to sit on one end of a ping pong table, and then you hit the ball into this basket thing that'll be on top. It'll go down a little funnel, then a flap will, the tension spring force will load, release like that, hit the ball, and then return it to you so you can play by yourself. And this should, and then my other idea is to have it oscillating back and forth. That way it won't always be hitting it to the same spot, to provide a little bit more of a challenge. And it should be great, so let's get started. I just wanted to show you guys a little animation of how the oscillating system will work. I know there's other methods to do this, but it is what I went with. We will jump straight into the build since I forgot to show more of my designing process. I also should have recorded more of the printing process since that was a 2-day ordeal, but here we are. This is the assembled model. It took a bit of time to get everything in place, but this is basically how it is. It's all done except for this piece right here. That'll, this piece hooks to that piece, but I don't have the part yet, or I haven't figured out how I want to do that. But if you see here, when this one spins, it rotates the entire platform. So this will be oscillating back and forth like this as the smaller gear rotates in a full motion. So in doing my first test with this, everything was working together great. You can see as I spin this gear here spins. It all came together, and so I plugged this up to just a 5-volt power source, and unfortunately, after all the work and gluing the motor in place, it actually ended up stripping it wasn't stripped, the plastic piece that came with the motor that went around the metal axle actually came loose, and now it free rotates around the metal axle. So when I twist it around here, you can hear, you probably can't hear, but I can hear that the motor isn't actually even spinning, and so I'm gonna have to replace that, but it's all super glued in place, and so I've never had these motors feel like that, so that's really frustrating and gonna be difficult, so I will figure that out. Yeah, so I don't think this motor mount's coming out. It snapped in half before I could even get the motor out, and this is what it's still super glued on, but it'll peel off. That part's fine. This part though, we did it. Let's go. It actually took a lot of work. I had to use those, which probably was not the best method. First was trying to use those, and those did not work, but it only ripped out a tiny little chunk there, so it's still usable and all good. As you can see, all these gears are still in place nicely, free spinning, and I had to take out this big gear in order to get it, but I think we'll be good. Just need to print a new motor mount and then swap out the motor and try it again. Alright, we got the new motor mount. A little confusing. When I reprinted this motor mount, it now has a gap in its spot. I mean, it just has like a little indent. Oh. You can see the part warped a little bit there, so. While I'm editing this, I'm noticing that there's a lot of close camera angles. I'll work on that in my future videos, so sorry about that. Anyways, here I am installing the new motor and motor mount. I had to modify the motor case a little to fit the mount, and then modify the mount to fit the motor. That was just poor designing on my part. We're gonna just take a little bit of wire here to connect that one piece that right here. That way it can connect this piece, because I forgot that we needed to do that. So I did not do that in the last test, but that should go like that. And if we take this galvanized wire, should be about the right thickness. I don't know, I couldn't. Okay, just take a little piece. I'm just going to do it on top of this notebook I have lying around because it is full. So now we have Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the basket part of the ping pong ball launcher done yet, but I will have that done shortly and that'll come out in the next video. So this is about as far as we'll go in this video. I just couldn't get it done in time. I had a lot of tests this week, so I'll see you in the next video.